2025 edition ng Sabado Nights with Steve Lu Europe Edition. Hey, this is Steve Lu for Sabado Nights and welcome to Milano. Dito tayo ngayon sa Porto Garibaldi, or otherwise known historically as the port of entry to Milan. Porto Garibaldi ay ngayon napaka-posh, ang feeling ko lang para ka nagpunta ng BGC. Actually, medyo trendy talaga siya, and it's a nice area, malinis, and marami dito mga nakakurbata, mga siguro mga office people. So, feeling ko very commercial siya. At makikita ninyo mamaya doon yung Twin Towers of Green na nakatayo doon dito sa may Porto Garibaldi doon sa metro station. Anyway, ang sadya talaga natin dito ay dalhin ang ating food diwata sa EATALY or EATALY na isang napakalaki at napakagarbong kainan that is now located all over Europe, even in Istanbul. Alam ko meron sa Rome, meron sa Paris, meron sa London, at meron dito syempre sa Milan.
Ciao Milano! This is your food diwata for Sabado Nights with Steve Lu. I am standing here in front of EATALY, Milano, featuring the best that Italy has to offer in terms of food. So you start off with the deli and the grocery at the ground floor, sandwiches, gelato, everything you can ever want to eat in the store or take out, and they have a very, very handy map. Of course, they have a grocery where you can buy whatever you like, really, dairy, meats, vegetables, fruit, canned goods, anything that you will ever need for your pantry. We ate at the theater on the top floor, which is a very elegant food court. And we started out with our primos, our antipasties. We had the risotto, we had meatballs, and I had a polpo, the octopus. Stephen had the most delicious risotto with saffron, the rarest spice in the world. They have an al fresco dining area where you can have aperitivo italiano, and of course, my ever favorite Aperol Spritz. Everything was buonissimo. And I'm happy to say that we will go back for a gelato a little later on. Italy is the perfect place to buy pasalubong. If only I had a giant balikbayan box to take home, I would fill it with the most wonderful olive oils, balsamic vinegars, everything I could ever think of that I want to take home with me, because the Italians really do know how to eat well. And as I saw on the wall by the Irish playwright George Bernard Shaw, there is no love more sincere than the love of food. This has been your food diwata for Sabado Nights with Steve Lu, saying ciao ciao, arrivederci. We are here at Porto Nova. It is a new development featuring many shops and restaurants. And you can see behind me the beautifully designed IBM Center. There's even a Uniqlo. You go down and I'm sure it's a very Divino shop. There's a Muji as well, Nike, familiar names. But my favorite reason for being here, as you can see, and yes, there's a fountain in the distance, and there is a water show in the evenings. But my favorite reason for being here is the Divino Bosco Verticale, which is by a well-known Italian architect. So they are two 112 and 80-meter skyscrapers, and the facade, I'm looking now at Wikipedia, accommodates a floristic biodiversity of 800 trees, perennials, ground cover plants, and 5,000 shrubs. So it's a new model of densification and the height of green here in the city, which contributes to significant energy savings, environment, and urban biodiversity. And I'm hoping that this is something that a lot of architects and urban planners all over the world will emulate.
BGC for Sabado Nights. Narito tayo sa tapat ng statue ni Garibaldi. Kung naalala ninyo, nakita natin yung arko doon sa may Garibaldi, Porto Garibaldi, which is an upscale area. Ito, medyo mas luma ito. At nandun sa likod ang Sforza Castle. apparently housing some of the artworks of Da Vinci and Michelangelo. Planong pumasok doon ng ating cultural diwata. But this is a medyo posh area. Kumain kami dito. Na makikita natin doon sa dulo nitong passage na to, it's a walking street, is the Gucci headquarters, and we're heading out to Navigli, the Navigli River later on. See you later. So this is the Sforzesca castle, which I was telling you about earlier. It's a castle and a museum at the same place where works of Da Vinci and Michelangelo still reside. Kasi they, after all, live here in Milan too, it is my understanding. And you know, there's some very nice plaza here, piazza, and there's a nice fountain, and over there is the statue of Garibaldi, one of the liberators of Milan, from what I've read. Back in 1990, nung unang visit ko dito sa Europe, I believe I was able to enter a little castle in somewhere in Austria. And I remember even who was the one who took me there. Forget his name now, Johan. But it was one of our clients, a furniture business, and he was gracious enough. He had a river, you know, has the house by the river, and he took us there. He took me there for, you know, while he was watching F1. So I was just waddling around the river while he was watching F1. But it was nice enough to take me clubbing, you know, dining, and also to this little castle in Vienna. Ito palang Sforzesca ay, itong family na to ay kalaban ng mga Medici nung araw. Yung the biggest patrons of art, very political sila nung araw. So parang political rival ito, nagpagawa sila ng castle dito. Godfather of the arts.
Well, they're like the Godfather, like the mafia fans.
Ay, mga mafiosi nung araw. Mga Medicis, and of course the Sforzesca. I don't know how you really pronounce it. I don't know if I'm doing it right. But this is according to our art, culture, and food diwata.
Ciao, ciao. And we are here at the Sforza Castello, at the Museo Pieta Rondanini, which showcases the very, very final work of the famous and the late great Michelangelo. So Michelangelo's Pieta, it's actually called the Pieta Rondanini, is inside the old Spanish hospital. The rest of the building has been outfitted to accommodate the rest of the collection, which includes decorative arts, medieval sculpture, and several other very, very old antiquities. And here we are at the courtyard, just enjoying a bit of sun before we head to the Duomo. For your tickets, I suggest you come to the Museo Pieta Rondanini. You'll pay €5, you will get a map and access to the rest of the collections, as opposed to going to the Castello Museum, where you'll have to pay €10. So it's a little limited, whereas this one allows you access to all the galleries. So you'll have to, at the Castello, Museo Castello, near the main entrance, you will have to pay €10, but it is limited to that part of the collection. Whereas if you were to buy a €5 ticket here at the Museo Pieta, you would only pay €5 and allows you access to all the collections.
Here we are, the last Sabado Nights Europe Tour 2025 show here in Milan, Italy, here at Oratorio di Santa Teresa, Bambino Gesù. Auditorium is packed, sold out, and I'm very, very happy to be with our OFW brethren here in Milan. And everything is happening right. So we're ready to rock and roll. Cheers! Sama natin si Ek, ang grand tanggero ngayong gabi. Thank you, sir! Ito naman si Dexter, ang bagong discovery ng sugar cane. Yan! Ito mga... Yan! Mga rakista ng Milan. Ang pinaka-pogi sa lahat, markang Double D. Benji Verano. Ang aking paboritong gitarista sa lahat. And of course, si Rons and everybody else. Say hello, guys! Hello! Alright. Rocking inside. Next na kami.